The European Union has fundamentally changed international trade. If you supply heavy industrial goods to Europe, your environmental data is now your passport. Without accurate carbon calculations, your products will not cross the border. Welcome to Customs Manager. Today, we are providing a highly practical, step-by-step guide on calculating CO2 emissions for the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. We will specifically focus on how overseas factories must monitor and report their data. Let us start by clarifying the fundamental terms. CO2 stands for carbon dioxide. This is the primary greenhouse gas produced by industrial manufacturing. CBAM stands for the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. This is an official environmental policy created by the European Union. Its purpose is to ensure that imported goods pay the exact same carbon penalty as goods manufactured inside the European Union. But how does the European Union know how much carbon your specific factory produces? They rely on a strict legal framework called MVR. MVR stands for Monitoring, Reporting, and Verification. If you manage a factory outside the European Union, you are the supplier. The European importer relies entirely on you to perform the MVR process accurately. Let us look at a highly practical example to understand exactly how this calculation works. Imagine you operate a large steel manufacturing plant in India. Your biggest client is an automotive manufacturer based in France. Under the CBAM rules, you cannot simply weigh the steel and ship it. You must calculate the embedded emissions of that specific batch of steel. Embedded emissions refer to the total amount of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere during the production of your goods. To calculate this, the European Commission requires you to track two distinct types of emissions. First, you must calculate your direct emissions. Direct emissions are the greenhouse gases released directly from the machines and furnaces inside your factory. If you burn coal, natural gas, or oil on site to melt the raw iron, that creates direct emissions. You must monitor the exact volume of fossil fuels consumed during the production of the exported batch. Second, you must calculate your indirect emissions. Indirect emissions come from the electricity you purchase from the national power grid to run your factory. Even if your machines do not burn coal directly, the power plant supplying your electricity probably does. You must determine the emission factor of your local electricity grid. This tells you how much carbon was burned to generate the electricity your factory consumed. Adding your direct emissions and indirect emissions together gives you the total embedded emissions. This brings us to the reporting phase of MVR. You must document these calculations using the standardized communication templates provided by the European Commission. You cannot use your own custom spreadsheet. Finally, we reach the verification stage. The European Union will not simply take your word for it. Before the French importer can use your data, it must be audited by an independent EU-accredited verifier. This verifier will check your energy bills, your fuel consumption records, and your calculation methodology. What happens if a supplier fails to calculate this correctly? If your data is missing or unverified, European customs authorities will reject it. Instead, they will apply punitive default values to your steel. These default values assume your factory is one of the worst polluters in the world. Your French buyer will be forced to cover these exaggerated default values, suffering severe financial penalties. Your European client will immediately lose their profit margin. Consequently, they will likely stop buying from your factory and find a compliant supplier instead. Accurate CO2 calculation is no longer just an environmental issue. It is a core requirement for business survival. At Customs Manager, our core business is providing the consulting, training, and actionable trade intelligence you need to secure your supply chain. We can help overseas suppliers implement accurate MVR protocols and ensure your data meets European Union standards. If you found this masterclass helpful, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. If your factory needs assistance calculating embedded emissions, book a free expert call with our team today using the link in the description. And finally, to access our exclusive actionable trade intelligence, sign up for a 30-day free trial at www.customsmanager.info. Thank you for watching. Secure your supply chain data, verify your emissions, and we will see you in the next video.